It was a time in our lives when we felt like we needed to leave a legacy and something meaningful for Pittsburgh and the community. And we decided to finance the project and it also gave us naming rights. So it's called the Gary and Nancy Tuckfelt Keeping Tabs sculpture.
So where are you both from originally?
We're both from Pittsburgh. Gary's from
I'm
White
from
Oak,
White Oak.
which is part of McKeesport, and I'm from Stanton Heights, which is part of the Pittsburgh community.
So I understand that one of your children helped design the sculpture, and so how does that connect you to, how does that make you feel?
Correction.
She was in school while Mr. Walter was collecting the tabs, but she did not, she had already graduated from community day school and didn't get involved in the design process.
Sorry.
That's all
It's
right.
okay.
How do you both personally connect with the sculpture?
How do we both personally?
I think that we connected from our history, from going to Israel, to going to Poland, to going to some concentration camps, talking to survivors of the Holocaust, seeing what's going on with our society today, and we just felt that it was the right time for us to make this contribution at the right time and the right place.
I also was fortunate enough to travel to Poland with a Holocaust survivor who happened to be Avi Monroe's father and another generation of his family, his grandchildren, and it was really quite powerful to do that.
So, like you said earlier, you went to the groundbreaking and that inspired you to donate. So what do you remember about the groundbreaking ceremony and how did it make you feel?
It gave us a sense of pride that it was finally being something had come forward and it was going to be completed, and a meaningful, stunning sculpture that it turned out to be. And
We just kind of thought when we were at the groundbreaking, we saw the picture of what the sculpture would look like on the grounds, and standing on the grounds which was just bare trees and grass, it inspired us to say this is just a beautiful place to have this happen on this corner, and also what the school represents to Pittsburgh and what it represents to us, that we felt it was just the right time to be involved in this project.
What does the monument mean to you today?
it means it's a symbol for hatred and the ultimate bullying. One of my agendas was to try to curb bullying in any form at all, any sort of horrible behaviors like misogyny and just what's going on in the world and today. Those are the things that the sculpture represents for us, for me, us.
And for us.
Do you know anyone personally who perished in the Holocaust or whose parents are survivors? And did that also have any impact on your decision to donate?
I personally do not know anybody who perished at the Holocaust. I do have friends and acquaintances who were in the Holocaust or whose parents or grandparents were in the Holocaust and in the camps.
We have personal friends that are Holocaust survivors, and to listen to their stories is just so moving, and it's so important to be, so many Holocaust survivors or elderly now and passing to have the education and that sculpture be there to remind people that this needs to be a constant conversation.
And also for the people who feel that the Holocaust never happened, that
Deniers.
we're there to show that it did happen.
What do you want people to take away from the Keeping Tabs sculpture?
I think that we got involved because of our daughter and ourselves picking up tabs when this was started from Mr. Walters, that a tab represented a person's life. So we felt that that life meant something, and that people who can come here and look at the sculpture and say that individual tab was a life, no matter where they came from, what religion they have, it was still a person's life. And this is what we would hope people would take away from it.
So, what do you think was the goal of the sculpture? What do you think it was trying to teach people or signify?
Holocaust education, definitely. To, as I said before, continue that conversation and the education process for new generations, and also to a gathering place, a peaceful gathering place. It's very, it's a lovely place, I think, to gather for the community, for not celebration, for Yom HaShoah, or there was a year ago, Ben the Ark did a program there for the Islamophobia that was happening in the world, and it was really quite powerful to be in the community and singing and standing at that sculpture to, it was wonderful. I was happy that we were able to take part and contribute.
Do you think people probably understand the significance and impact the Holocaust made on the Jewish community and even the world?
Say that again?
Do you think people properly understand the significance and impact the Holocaust made on the Jewish community and even the world?
I don't believe that people today really understand it completely. And I think that they can study it, they can hear about it, but I think that we have to educate more people what really happened there and let them understand that it was history, it did happen, and it's possible that it could happen again.